medicine for him is located near the cabaret. Once we have that information, you want to go back to the main street area, and now we can actually move back to the cabaret. Once there, you want to praise the doorman, telling him that you like his tie, and then he'll tell you where the pharmacy is located. You'll then be given the option to actually move there, so move to the pharmacy. Once you're there, talk to the pharmacist there, and then talk to him again, and he'll tell you that the medicine will cure the general's headache, and since you're giving the general the medicine in the end, he'll probably let you into the resistance. Once back at the cabaret, move back to the main street, and then back to the park. Once we're back at the park, you can see that the wanderer has left, and now there's a girl selling flowers. Buy a flower from her, and then talk to her. She'll thank you by telling you where the bookshop is located, and that it's actually a contact place for the Resistance Army. Now we can actually move to the bookshop. Once we're there, we see this guy here. You want to talk to him once. He'll say, "May I help you?" And then you want to hit him. Once you hit him, he goes, "Ouch, I knows nothing!" Similar to Sergeant Schultz from Hogan's Heroes. Then check the shelf for a key, take the key, and then move towards the exit, in which Percy will then tell you that the Farmies have now shown up, and they capture you and take you to prison. That also happens to end level 2. And just like the first level, Percy loses any of the useless items that you no longer need. So at the beginning of level 3, we start off in the prison since we just got captured at the end of level 2. You want to start off by checking the inmates. You'll see them all: sprout potato, turnip, and mushroom. Then you want to hit the potato. Then talk to him. He's going to give you a file after you talk to him. Then use the file so that you can get yourself out of the jail cell. As soon as you do, we then get captured and taken to the interrogation room. Once we are in the interrogation room, we meet Sergeant Pepper. Talk to him a couple of times. He's going to get ticked off and turn into a red pepper. And then you want to give him the file. Once you've given him the file, he's going to take you to a water-filling torture room. Once you are in the water-filling room, check the door first. Check it a couple of times now after that. You'll see that there's a small hole. Check it again, you see that the hole is covered with rust, so you hit the door. After you hit it twice, Pepper will see that you can't get out, and he'll leave. Hit it again, you'll see it rattles, then check the door, and you'll see that there's a keyhole. Use the key that we got earlier, in which case it fits, the door unlocks, and we can leave. Once outside of the torture room, you'll see a jail cell. You want to look into it a couple of times. Then you'll see that the Garlic Wanderer is inside. Once you see that, give him the donut. He's still going to ask you if you want to know about that news, but his memory is now fuzzy. Once he says that, move away from the cell to the right, then move back to the left to get back to him, and then talk to him a couple of times. He tells you he made a toy grenade out of a piece of soap, and then he gives it to you. Then you want to move all the way to the right, and go inside the closet. Once you're inside the closet, you want to take the rope and then leave. Now that we have the rope, we're going to go back to Sergeant Pepper's room. Percy's going to warn you not to go inside, but enter anyway. Once inside, we see Pepper sitting at his desk. You want to use the toy grenade that Wanderer made. It scares him, and then you can use the rope to tie him up. Once he's been tied up, you can now leave this room, and we're going to go back to the closet. Now in the closet this time, we're going to be taking the lantern. It wasn't here the first time we're here. I don't know how I got here so quickly, but it wasn't, so we're going to take that lantern. And now back outside of the closet, you want to use the exit. You'll see a bunch of guards and policemen in the courtyard of the prison, and they all have lanterns. So, use the lantern. You're now carrying it so you look like everyone else, and then you can just move right through the exit and complete the third level. At the beginning of level 4, we're back at Spinach Heights. You want to move towards Lake Quench, and then take some water like we did in the first level. Now you want to check the bush right nearby, and you'll see that the fern birds are back, so it's a nice little thing, and then check the bush again, and you'll see that there's a blue umbrella in the bush, and then take the umbrella. Once you have the umbrella, go back to the intersection of Spinach Heights, and now we're going to go to the patch, where the fence was that we saw in the first level. Now you want to move through the passage, and you're going to see 3 of the 4 people that we met in the first level are no longer here. Give water to the only remaining character here, and then you want to check the third hole. You'll see that it's pretty deep, then check it again, and you'll see that there's actually an animal living inside. There's a mole living inside the hole. Then use the umbrella. Once you use the umbrella, you'll see that the mole comes out. You want to give him some water as well. The mole is going to tell you about an evil monster named Saladin, and that the monster is actually protecting a treasure called the Yam Medallion. Talk to the mole again, and he'll tell you about it being very dangerous. Talk to again, and he says you must be careful. Then he's going to give you the left half of a set of instructions that he found near a big tree. Talk to him again, he'll tell you to go see the forest guard Watermelon, and then we can finally move away from the mole. Now when we're back to this part, talk to the only remaining character here, who tells you that everyone else had been harvested, and that Mr. Leek was carrying a blue umbrella, but he lost it. Mr. Leek is the forest guard. You can then move to the shack where the forest guard lives. Move forward towards the shack, and you'll see that there's a stream behind the shack. You won't be able to move forward again because Percy needs water wings to cross the river. You want to go back to the shed, and then at that point we're going to meet up with the forest guard. Talk to him and then give him the umbrella. He'll thank you for giving him the umbrella and give us the set of water wings we need so Percy can cross the stream. Once we move forward again, we're going to run into one of the evil farmies. This is our first battle of the game. Now the fight system works like this. Every enemy has a certain amount of hits you have to deal to them. Now to deal a hit to him, you play him in rock, paper, scissors. You have to select obviously rock, paper, or scissors. Left is scissors, up or down is rock, and right is paper. When you beat them, you then have to choose a direction that they're looking at. Usually it's random for a lot of the enemies, but some have a set pattern that they're always going to look a certain direction. The first enemy you fought always looks down, so beat him once, then look down, and you win the first fight. Now for this part, it's going to be kind of hard to describe what's going on. It's one of those classic mazes where you keep pressing the direction and you keep moving forward in the first person's perspective. We've seen this in a lot of those classic old RPGs, like Sword and Serpents, for example. And now in this maze, we are going to be finding a tin can first, then a shovel, and then finally making to Saladin's lair so that we can fight it and get the Yam Medallion. Here's the tin can, so I'm going to take that. Then I'm going to turn around and head in a different direction. Like I said, it's really hard to kind of describe exactly what's going on. Every time I press a direction, obviously the screen flashes as I'm going. As you can see, most of it's just moving forward. So right now I am moving forward to here, making a right, heading down here, which pretty much all of it looks the same. There's a compass located in here so you can kind of tell what direction you're looking at, but it's completely optional if you know where to go. Here is the shovel, so take that, and now once we have those two items, we can actually face the boss, I guess you could say, of this level. Once you move forward in the right spot, the screen flashes and we see an evil looking tree. Use the tin can. You'll throw it inside the tree, that causes the evil Saladin to pop out at you. You can now fight Saladin. Now for this fight, we have to actually hit him 3 times, but the good thing is, you can always beat him using scissors. It then just comes down to guessing what direction he's going to look at. Now I played the game a lot of times, and this is the best run I got of the game. So, just so you know, some of the runs it took me like 5 minutes to be able to beat some of the bosses or enemies that you have to fight throughout the game. Once you have defeated the evil monster, you can then move inside of the evil